Welcome to the SRE stream, everyone. Good evening. Nice to see you all. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm SRE, and we've got a best of 5 from LOS Champs here tonight. As you can see on that title, our one and only match here. SRE, Storm Racing Esports is Exotic, taking on Team Ignition's Ignition Ziggy. A 1v1 matchup here. We've seen Ziggy in most of his weeks playing, and he's still undefeated, but Exotic looks to stop him. Will anybody here be able to stop him? Is a good question, but Exotic himself also undefeated at 3-0 this season. Again, it has been quite the season so far for Ziggy. He's 9-0 in all matches. Exotic is 9-3 in all games. So these guys undefeated here overall, actually doing very well for themselves here, considering kind of the circumstances they're in overall here. But to see if they can continue that incredible run, both of them leading this division. FC, hopefully you all are doing well. We're only 5 minutes away from match start time, so get your votes in on who you think will take this one. Do you have Exotic, or do you have Ignition Ziggy? This is a best of 5 matchup, so it should be relatively quick overall, but of course, you'll get that information. And we'll get to see if that information is relatively true here. We'll see. It's only match tonight as well, so it's going to be pretty fun to get to see these players tonight. Again, both of them 3-0. We've seen a lot of Ziggy in the past. We'll continue to see him. I have a feeling we'll be seeing him for almost the entirety of this season, if things go well. Actually, they're already in. We'll give them another minute or two. Again, Exotic or EXO, EXO, and Ignition Ziggy. Ignition Ziggy leading Team Ignition. Also was able to beat the other Storm Racing player in Cold-Hearted Jess last week. Thank you for the follow, Big Bean. Welcome to SRE stream. Nice to see you here. You've come in time to get to see SRE or Storm Racing Esports is Exotic, taking on Team Ignition's Ignition Ziggy, and get these players in very soon. But again, Ziggy was able to beat the other Storm Racing Esports member in Cold-Hearted Jess last week. He'll look to beat the stronger of the two, at least by ratings here in Exotic. Again, Exotic, perfect record so far. Only one of 2 other players other than Ignition Ziggy to do it. The only other one is Derp, who actually also has a 9-0 record in games. So, and this guy done very well so far. Chance we might be, whoever wins this is playing Derp next week. But yeah, a relatively high pressure situation for these players to be able to play well. And it's a pretty heavy division here in Tier 8. I think like around that mid-diamond, low-diamond range, I think. Around there, low-diamond. That would be my guess. Again, there's 23 total players who are playing in this division. So it's a lot of people. And with it being week 4 out of 6 weeks total for the regular season, we're getting near that end of that season. Only the top 16, I believe, will make it to the playoffs. So definitely on these players to perform when it matters. Although for these two, realistically, they should not be missing out the playoffs here. The worst record they could get at this point would be 3-3, and I doubt that they're going to fall that far. Generally, players are where they are supposed to be in a 1v1 league like this one. The one where you play against people of similar records. But let's get these players in the lobby. Why not? A best of 5 matchup here. Ignition Ziggy taking on Exotic. I'm hoping these players are not on console. I think Ziggy is. Exotic might be on console too, so I might actually have to message them directly here for this matchup. So let me go message them directly here. And get this match started in just a minute. There they are. Yeah, I think they're both on console. That's going to make things a little interesting. We'll get our best of 5. Oh, I forgot. Ziggy's got weird card designs, so we get to see all of this again. He's on the Esper for game 1. Here's Exotic on a more normalized Octane. And this is a Tier 8 matchup. Both these players undefeated so far this season, and we already know what we've seen from Ziggy. Such a demo-heavy, aggressive player. We're going to, I think, see that continued. It's just this, who is going to be able to deal with that super heavy aggression, super heavy chance-taking style that Ziggy kind of has made himself known for. He loves taking chances. He does not mind taking risks, and you're going to have to be able to deal with a lot if you're going to play against Ignition Ziggy. Already goal 1 moving in. And again, we're going to be seeing a lot of that from Ziggy, where he just throws himself with that ball. Oh, but Exotic, the slow kickoff, should be an answer for him, and it will be. Right off the kickoff spot, too. He brings a great response, and we have not seen that many people really change the kickoffs up against Ziggy. Slowing it down, definitely a strategy. It's one that I think actually has a huge amount of merit. This 1v1 levels now. Ziggy going for the slow kickoff himself, but Exotic affecting his momentum. Ziggy had actually gone up very quickly, and now flip reset. Oh, saved by Ziggy as Exotic took his chance, but it will not go through. And Ziggy, I don't know if this double tap's going to be one that he can reach. Oh, it is, but he has just given the ball away. Exotic will take it. A second goal for him. That's about as easy as they get in terms of the offense that you're bringing. A gift from Ziggy for Exotic. And the lead will now be for the Storm Racing Esports members. He beat his teammate last week. Will continue to bring the offense here as another one goes in. He caught Exotic overcommitting to that corner boost and just went right behind him there. Little fake little deke from Ziggy, but we'll all do the same. This game will be tied up, and yeah, this is going to be much closer than what we saw last week. I doubt we're going to be seeing any of these two sweeping their way through this matchup. I think it's definitely what we should be seeing here. So many 1v1 matches end in 3-0 sweeps. Let's see one that won't end that way for a change is Exotic. Full boost in the tank. Ziggy will keep control here, but he almost gave that one away. Bounce off that sidewall. Ziggy. A chance for him to challenge here. Exotic hasn't really gone for it. And you're getting the sense that Exotic, keeping himself grounded, doesn't want to commit too heavily. And admittedly, Ziggy does. So long as Exotic can recognize when Ziggy wants it, that's a good chance for him to come back here. But he's having to play some defense right now. We'll get the blocks here as... I don't know why you get this. I think you guys are seeing Discord pings. My apologies. I think you guys can see a ping for the Regiment Discord server. Whoopsies. I don't know why it does that. If you are seeing those Discord pings, let me know, because I do want to make sure that we prevent them as much as possible. As Ziggy will take the lead here off that commit in the corner. Exotic went for it, took a chance, but would not overall benefit him. At least for Ziggy here and for Exotic, this match, again, it's been very close here in game one. Ziggy pushing upfield even more. We'll look to the corner here. Exotic, a good idea to challenge there. Ziggy doesn't have much of an angle on it. In fact, he nearly was able to completely take that away from him. Ziggy now relying on that boost, but he did jump early there. He's got to get the block. He will. Just enough of it on that post. And Exotic will race back. Ziggy, again, Rider in the Esper. Trying to catch Exotic on some of these early shots, but Exotic, again, with some very solid defense. There's a reason why this guy's 3-0. He's not going to be inconsistent with how he plays that back line. A lot of players at this division, at this level, who don't have a good defensive structure. Exotic definitely has one. Ziggy, you have to find creative ways to beat him. Those demos that Ziggy is known for might come in real handy. Well, at this level, and this far in the season, people are going to recognize that as MMA with the follow. Thank you for the follow. MMA 22. Storm Racing Esports Exotic, Team Ignition Ziggy, and his Exotic just wide hit the post. He's still got the offense here, but Ziggy will clear it away. Exotic now, overcommit. Ziggy, not much to work with. Exotic will be first to it. We'll go to the back wall here. Force into the air, Exotic. Looking for the 50-50. Ziggy will oblige, but Exotic couldn't get on the end of it. Ziggy, chance to shoot. Will utilize it here. This one, foot tie, and above the crossbar. That will give Exotic time to send that ball away. Untouched and gone. It's Ziggy. Demoed in the corner. Exotic with space, bringing what is usually known as Ziggy's playstyle against him here. You don't see that many demos at this 1v1 level, but you really do, because they do make so much space, but Exotic didn't utilize it. It's Ziggy who will take a 2-goal margin. Exotic not happy with that one. You can see even in the chat he's threw the nice shot there twice. It's not a compliment to Ziggy, I can tell you that. That's him with his frustrations. Oh, it's a demo. That's gonna make things a whole that much more worse for Exotic. Ziggy at this point, wasting a little bit of time, but he We'll go to the sky. That's not a very good first touch. We'll get a second one, though. Slowing Exotic down, and now he'll get the challenge. And somehow he's won it. Is that on target? No way, that's on target. Oh, it nearly is. He'll put this one just on the goal line and hit the crossbar along the way. Exotic with a little bit of fortune, but he needs to get chances. Another solo attempt. This time, though, he'll come to his senses, not take the risk. Ziggy, though, will steal the boost away. We did challenge on that one, though. 30 seconds left for a good chance for Exotic. He's got a great setup here. One more touch. This one pinched just off the back wall. And Exotic, again, just cannot find the net. Only 2 goals this game. He's had some great showing on offense, but Ziggy has him beat. This should be 5. It will be. 15 seconds left here in Game 1, but it's all over. Ignition Ziggy will take this Game 1, start the series off in his favor. For Exotic, it was a hard-fought start here, but it kind of unraveled by the ending of this game, where he just was able to find those shots that he needed to put those plays on net. He will look for 1 goal to answer back. He should get this one too. Will be a 3rd goal for Exotic, so he's not leaving this game without, responses, but it's too little, too late. 4 seconds to get 2 goals, just not going to happen here for him. And it's Ignition Ziggy who will start the series off in his favor. And this guy has been so tough to touch, no matter who you are at this level. He's bringing the offense here, he's bringing that pressure here early, as he seems to do always. A lot of what helped him here in this game was those 4 saves. He really prevented that Exotic offense from getting space. And that's something interesting about Ziggy, is that he's such an offensively minded player that you forget he has a hugely solid defense as well on his own side. His challenge is very tough to deal with. A lot of people forget about that from him. And that will end Game 1 here for these sides. They're already going up. Yeah, they're already readied up here for Game 2, so we're getting right back into it. Again, Ziggy has swept every opponent thus far, but Exotic is going to be a much tougher challenge. I don't think Ziggy's consistency will help him in this one, because he is facing off against a guy who's won every single match himself. As now he's gone in a new car. That is the Roadhog. He's gone in the Roadhog for this game. I love Ziggy's car choice. So this is another Octane-based car, so in theory, he should be just the same, and it will be as Dotman now following. Thank you for the follow, Dotman345. You're watching Storm Racing Esports. It's Exotic taking on Ignition Ziggy of Team Ignition. 2 orgs. Beats Ignition, who will be off in the lead again. 3 seconds in, and again, that Roadhog, such a beefy car. At least from what I've heard. Maybe it is an Octane just like the Esper, but for so many people describe this as a big car, one that feels heavier at times. I don't know if Ziggy gets that same feeling, but a lot of people do. Because now he's going to look for that bump, but a bit too on the nose there, and Exotic should be able to turn this one around, but he has taken too long. Ziggy, oh, did he just own goal there? Exotic! Oh, just saved away by Ziggy right before he got demoed too. And now it will spawn. Ziggy, little pop to the back wall. Exotic, a little awkward. He will get that 1 touch away. Ziggy on it again. Beat by Exotic. The back wall. Exotic. Challenged by Ignition Ziggy. And he'll take control here. The dribble. Ziggy. The flick. Oh, he's got him beat. Not a lot of boost left, but it won't make the difference. The net's wide open for Ignition Ziggy. And we might want to watch that one again. Completely got Exotic to jump for that one. And a beautiful back whip to get it out of the way. Ignition Ziggy extending his lead even more. Again, as I said, Ziggy's so known for those demos that you forget there's a couple other things that he's pretty good at too. I wouldn't initially think Flicks is one of his stronger assets. He does still have the ability to utilize them, although he has overcommitted here. And Exotic, can he turn it around? He's taking his time to do so. It will give Ziggy time to challenge. Just didn't have that ground game control that you need to convert on that chance, although he will get another one here. Ziggy has overcommitted. He'll just hit this one away. Again, that defensive recovery from Ziggy. We, again, feel to talk about that so often on this stream, but he, again, has such a solid defense. Does often catch people off guard. The player that's as aggressive as he is, not known for the defensive structure, but he's got it. As now a demo, that one connects, and it's goal 3 for Ignition Ziggy. And this is where things get a whole lot more difficult if you are Exotic. Ziggy's starting to throw in those demos, and that's what he's the best at, so... And it's the toughest part of his playstyle to deal with, because he goes for them constantly, and once he starts to connect on them, he goes for more. Not a player to give up on those demos. Once he knows that they're starting to work, he doesn't. It also just doesn't help his opponent's mentality as well. It's such a mental-based game here in ones. Exotic. Gonna deal with every reason why Ziggy's known for what he's known for. As now another outplay. It's 4 goals straight. Ziggy has not stopped scoring. Again, it's 4 goals unanswered so far. Ignition Ziggy is just not going to stop scoring here. A whole different game than Game 1. Game 1 was close. Game 2 has not been that way. Another chance presents itself. Ziggy will want this one, and he'll go for goal. Exotic's undershot it! It's a 5th! Ziggy keeps scoring. You could just see that jump from Exotic. He didn't get the jump he wanted there. He was kind of stuck on the corner. It didn't give him a whole lot of power when he did go up in the air. But to cover the lower portion of that net, Ziggy went high. And Exotic will be beat once again. It's another kickoff for Ziggy going his way. He's just going all in on these kickoffs, and it is working beautifully for him. As Exotic does not get the challenge there. He will on this one, but nearly bumped away. Ziggy, an immediate turn on it. Exotic has not been willing to play that kind of aggression. Well, he will get that flip reset. I don't know if that's going to help him all that much. Ziggy again is just taking control. Oh dear, Exotic. That's going to go the wrong direction. He will get the save on it, but Ziggy stealing his boost, and now he'll half flip challenge. Gonna get that quick turnaround. Ziggy annoying right now on an offensive side, and he'll go for the demo here. Although if he wanted to keep that offense, the boost would have been a better option. He will connect on it eventually, and this should be 6. It will be 6. And again, Ziggy, he's just playing annoying. He is running with this momentum at this point. Exotic has shown no response. And to be fair, how can you? When Ziggy is adding the demos in as well, it's so tough to deal with that. Oh, it's a fake kickoff. Exotic actually did work for him here, and he's got a great chance to shoot. Hook shot. That one off the post. He's got it. Beautiful from Exotic. Top left corner is his. Ziggy didn't even believe in that shot. That's how well placed it was. And Exotic on the fake kickoff finally gets his first in game 2. Over half the game has gone by, but he'll get one here. And Ziggy will make a little change in the kickoff. Now it's his ball possession. Oh, but no boost he'll utilize here. He'll only be able to get a limited challenge there. Now, the shot. He's got it. The beat on Exotic. And it's 7-1. We're off to Rio de Janeiro here for Ignition Ziggy. As Exotic committed heavily for that challenge. He won't get there in time. It's Ignition Ziggy who will take it. As Exotic, a panic jump to the back wall. Right as again, Ignition Ziggy's just bringing so much momentum into his gameplay, so much annoyance into his gameplay. That's what makes it. That's why he can sweep so many different people. Because so long as he can take game 1, he can, mess things up in game 2. That game 3 is almost certainly going to be a guarantee for Ziggy, just because his playstyle really does annoy people. In his first 2 matches of the season, his opponents didn't even play for the majority of game 3. That's how annoying his playstyle is. Where he makes people rage quit, makes people leave the game early. That's what happens when you play against Ignition Ziggy. He is just that tough to deal with. Although Exotic, that's a beautiful play on the back wall. But again, he's going to be getting that early challenge from Ziggy. Won't take the 8th goal here. Instead, he's going to take that ball away. Wasting time here. Exotic beat again. Ziggy, will he take it here? No, I don't think he is. Oh, it looked like he wanted to, though. He'll have another crack at it. Exotic will be there in time, though, as Ziggy lining up for that shot, and that's going to be a mistake here that Exotic will fully take advantage of. There's a little pop there. Exotic throwing a little mechanics into the play. And why not at this point? Comeback not unlikely, but why not get a little extra touch on it? 9 seconds to go. Exotic is I need to mix a little bit of extra in this game. Although again, is it too late? Many would argue it has been. Oh, but a bump on Ziggy there. Exotic. No boost, though, and Ziggy, he's going to terrorize him at this point. Exotic gets the boost there. He's going to be chased down, though. Ziggy, with nothing left in the tank, just needs to take his time here, which is exactly not what he does on that jump. We'll just make sure that ball goes away, but another early challenge. He missed that boost pad. Exotic won't take the shot here. Instead, he'll take it on the corner. Ziggy will win the challenge, and there will be no more goals in this game. Ziggy will roll this one away and have game 2 as his. 7 goals to 3. Or, sorry, 7 to 2, not 3. 2. Ziggy with almost perfect shooting, 7 on 8 shots. Kept Exotic to 4, and again, that defense from Ignition Ziggy is making life so miserable for Exotic. Ignition Ziggy is a guy who you can definitely deal with. His offense is not fun, but you can deal with him. His defense does make things a lot more complicated. And again, he's on the verge of what would be his 4th straight sweep this season. That's how consistent he has been. Sweeps do come to the Ignition Ziggy, and Exotic's taking this whole minute in between games that it looks a bit. Again, you get the sense that he's probably pretty unhappy so far. Got that same kind of idea last week when he played against the other Storm Racing esports player in Cold Hearted Jess. Himself also taking time between games 2 and 3 to reset that momentum. As there we go. Game 3. And he's in the Nomad, so he's in a different cart now. He's in a Nomad type. Or is he? Yeah, he is. He's in the Nomad. That's out. That is a Merc hitbox, so that's an interesting card choice for Ziggy. He's going for an even bigger hitbox type in the Merc. I love that card, though. So beautiful. Oh, but that's not a very good shot from Ziggy at the open net. And, well, he will recover to this. I think he's actually going to look for the demo, too. He will not, actually. He's going to run on this instead. Oh, and Exotic is completely overcommitted. That is not one you should be giving up for free there, Exotic. And that is, I think Exotic's going to be a little unhappy with how that play went. That's one that even he probably recognized well in advance, just didn't prepare for it well enough. And Ziggy, perfectly happy to take it here as a no boost, long shot, he's got him caught! Exotic went for boost in the corner, Ziggy made him pay. You see, right off spawn, he guessed on the right side there, was thinking the shot was going to come a lot sooner from Ignition Ziggy. Guessed incorrectly. It's an unfortunate position. It's the only RNG in this game. Definitely doesn't make things easier. Ziggy going for the fake kickoff too. He's caught Exotic. Exotic went for him last game and it succeeded. Ziggy, good one here, but he has overcommitted on this one. And Exotic should be able to score, but that shot will go wide of the net. And I don't know if he's going to be able to score on this one. It's a bit too high. But he does get the dunk. 20 boosts left. He's got the corner waiting for him, but he has overran it. Still, it's Exotic. Off the corner, too. Ziggy. Great job not to challenge, though. Recognizing that Exotic really can't challenge in that corner without giving himself up. Just waits on it. Making Exotic really work here as he's just doing nothing on the play. Exotic, a lot of early jumps. Ziggy, though, no boost to work with. He's got to sit back. Oh, but Exotic is continuing to bait him in here to some of these fake challenges. Ziggy, though, fake there, and he got the boost, too. This one, oh, he's hit it just wide. He will not be happy he rushed on that touch. He will have another chance. Exotic, he'll meet him. Ziggy, oh, he's trying to steal that boost away from Exotic, but he took too long. It should be spawning any moment here. Oh, but Exotic won't grab it. And Ziggy will roll this one in. And things are only getting tougher for Storm Racing Esports Exotic here. Ziggy with the win on that challenge, and it might be another 3-0 sweep here for Ignition Ziggy. This guy has been so tough to take down. Even though he's got probably some of the strangest card choices I've ever seen in a 1v1 matchup. But I appreciate it, though. It's not the first time we've seen a 1v1 player who decides to go for random cars, but it's definitely one that's finding huge success, although he has own gold there. I actually think that shot was off target. I don't want to discredit Exotic, but I don't think that shot was on. He's going to bounce off that post. Oh, I don't think it was on. I think Ziggy just pinched it in his own net. Impressive he's found a way to do that. Exotic will take it, though. Especially since he has had issues scoring early on in these games. This time, though, he only needs to make 2 more goals to tie things up, but Ziggy will take that away from him. 4-1. He gives his opponents no time in the Flower Mobile. So I gotta love, I think he designed that car specifically for this game. The Flower Mobile, we'll call it that. Puts another one in. Proving to us that cars really don't make a difference in this game mode, no matter what you say. You've heard so many people talk about that car choice that matters for them, the decals being a difference maker. It really doesn't overall, obviously, but it's Ziggy kind of proving that here, although Exotic getting that pretty standard octane car design. It's nothing crazy. I think he's got the Interstellar decal too. Itself is relatively common. Ziggy, though, on 12 boost, he has to time his challenges correctly. That's not one of them. Exotic, but he hit it away. That was time for Exotic to work with there. Ziggy has missed the boost as well. This one, is it on? It is. Ziggy will be there. 57 boost in the tank. Gotta take his time here. Ziggy. Oh, he doesn't do that. Panic! Exotic will smell blood on the water. And he'll take this one as Ziggy caught on his back wall. Oh, he's not going to be happy with that. That's a huge mistake. That should give Exotic some hope in this game. 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. He only needs 2 goals. And Ziggy has not been successful in offense this game as he was last game. Although he should take that one. Another open net miss, though, for Ziggy. Exotic. It's time to answer. Boost in his favor. The shot is 2, but it will go wide of the net. In the corner. Exotic. Up in the air. Ziggy will let him. And this should be his chance to clear, although he does miss the boost again. Just slow down that offensive push. As he now try to get that early touch there against Exotic. Exotic read him. Ziggy not really prioritizing the boost this game, and it's going to become an issue for him because Exotic is probably going to start going for those demos. So Ziggy is again just winning these 50s. There's another chance to shoot. He faked nobody there, but he will get the shot anyways. Exotic couldn't reach it. And, I won't say anything about whatever in the world that was from Ziggy. He could have shot that. That follow-up will work just enough. Exotic pushed too high. And with only 80 seconds left, Ziggy poised to take another sweep win. But he didn't get the boost there. He's had some issues this game with the boost. You will challenge that one. Exotic's not ready for it, though. It's 6-2. Ziggy with no respect for Exotic. My goodness, I'm not that gutsy in 1v1s. I play a ton of 1v1s in my life. Ziggy is, though. And he perfectly has it pay off for him. He's read enough about Exotic to know that they're not challenging that one. Just another goal for Ziggy's tally. Another one off the kickoff. Potential here is Exotic's beat. Ziggy. Not one to go for solo plays. He has one to go for bumps, and he's got that one. Exotic, no boost left. Ziggy waiting, faking on the challenge. Still, he's got the chance. He's got another fake here. Exotic's completely lost, and Ziggy will take this one. My goodness, that's a violation from Ziggy. Just, oh my goodness. Exotic. That's going to be caught in 1080, 60 frames per second. Ziggy with still showing no respect here for Storm Racing Esports' 1v1 Phenom. Man, it is only gotten worse for Exotic. It's the same scoreline as last game, 7-2. But he will get one back here, 7-3. Exotic not giving up hope just yet. They have not left this game, unlike some of Ziggy's other opponents. Credit to them, there's still hope in this game for them. They are not going to have easy hope, though. They've got to score, and they've really got to utilize that kickoff. I want to see kickoff strategies from Exotic here. And they will go for one here. The slow kickoff. Actually, it's going to work in Exotic's favor. It's off to the corner. A good play to get the offense started. Maybe a Doomsday Dish forming here, but too slow on it. Ziggy will save, and all he's got to do is waste out time. Exotic has to challenge at this point, but he's running out of room to work with and running out of time to get those shots. A solo attempt. Exotic. One touch. Maybe another. Try to get the fake, but Ziggy did not bite. And time winding down. It's another sweep win for Ziggy. 4 straight this season. He's 12-0 in games. Not even Exotic can stop him from taking another dominant victory. Ignition Ziggy, untouched this series and this season. Nobody can take games off of him. He is proving to us why he is such a high elite player in this division. It's his first time really starting competitively in any game mode in Rocket League. I must say, he has made it matter. He has made it count. Another sweep. Ziggy is now 4-0 this season. Fortunately for Exotic, you're just meeting up against a very solid opponent. Ziggy will be very proud of himself. It's another win that he'll take. As I see Money Magic with a little raid. Thank you for the raid, Money Magic. Welcome to the video stream. Hopefully you are doing well, my friend. Again, thank you for the raid, Money Magic. We got to see Ziggy here with another 3-0 sweep win. This guy cannot be stopped at any point this season. And yeah, he does want the interview. We always get a little interview with Ziggy after his wins. So let's go chat with him again. I know a lot of you in the chat would love to hear him as well. The guy who runs the Team Ignition org. He just continues to build on the incredible storyline of his debut season. As thank you for the follow, Red Terror. Red Terror. How do I pronounce that name? To me, it's Red Terror, but thank you for the follow. Welcome to Sporty stream. Hopefully, you're doing well here. Radar. That would make more sense. Welcome to the Sporty stream, and joining us here on the stream now is Ignition Ziggy. It's another sweep win. Ziggy, I think the script is repeating on itself here. It's the same thing all over again. You keep sweeping people. We can't seem to put up good opponents against you. What on earth has this season been like for you?
Man, this season has been chaotic. I actually this season I played the least amount of Rocket League that I've ever played. Work is extremely busy, so like today, for example, I had no warm up that I could do. It's crazy. It's been chaotic to say the least.
It has been, and even so, you're still doing so well. It's incredible as well that you just continue to find ways to win matches. I don't know how on earth you do this because you continue to sweep people. It's you have an annoying playstyle. Obviously, you know that, but even so, I mean, just sweeping people. What is it like? Because it's so tough to be consistent at once because it's only you there. So what are you doing to keep that consistency even if you're not playing?
Really, it just comes down to mental. Today, obviously, my shots did not connect as often as they usually do. I'm really patient and take easy shots, but even my easy shots didn't fall tonight, which I did expect because like I really didn't warm up at all. But thankfully, my defense was probably better tonight than the majority of any other series I played. Exotic hit some great shots, and it really helped him with that. But my play style kind of helps when my inconsistency is there. But I think the most important part is I stay committed to what I'm comfortable with doing, and I just really focus on that.
You here in your season now, 12-0. Only one other person at this point that I know of that would be undefeated. They also have a perfect record as well. Very likely going to be playing against them next week. So, I mean, at this point, you're so close to the playoffs. There's a very good chance if you're not number 1 seed, you're probably going to be number 2, number 3. You're going to be in that high seed. You're almost certainly guaranteed your spot in the playoffs in this division. I mean, the playoffs is a whole different beast. Are you thinking about the playoffs right now? During this regular season, or is that kind of not on your mind until you get there?
At this point, it is starting to creep in my mind. I just realized today that it's only a 6-week
It's only 6.
season.
Short season.
So I was expecting like 8. Like I said, it's my first season, so I'm like still learning. So now that I know how short the regular season is, I'm definitely it's definitely starting to creep in my mind, but I'm just doing what I can to kind of just not focus on that and take it week by week. Every week's going to get harder. I'm sure next week's probably going to be harder than any other series I played. And I just got to keep focusing on what I can do. Um, and just try to improve even though I'm not playing as much as I usually do. I have to take that extra step and mentally think and try to train myself mentally instead of mechanically and physically while playing the game. So
I love to hear that as well. Again, you're taking this step by step, game by game. It is, a season that has to be taken that way so often. But again, you have looked so solid. That's the crazy thing about this one, is that you have played incredibly well this season, and it's only going to continue to do that. Kind of as you kind of prepare to take on these tougher and tougher matchups. You got to tell me kind of everything that you're feeling at this point this season. What has it been like, kind of being a new season, being that new player? I know you mentioned before, but at this point in your season, having seen everything work so well for you, what has it been like to have a season that has really been so beneficial to you that you continue to win so often, continue to be so solid because you know how tough of a season it can be?
yeah, absolutely. Man, it's been an emotional roller coaster. The nerves have not lessened up at all. I think last week I was the most confident when it comes to like not being nervous. Today I think I was probably the most nervous I ever have been. And that's mainly because I knew I didn't have any warm up. I know that eyes are starting to become on me. So nerves are probably going to be an all time high every week now. And so that's something I really got to focus on. Otherwise, it's going to be a really rough playoffs. And being the first competitive season I've ever played, it would be pretty difficult to endure, getting as far as what I may be able to get and not pull through a championship for Ignition.
Yeah, no, the Sword obviously has won championships before, but not in that 1v1 division. Do you feel like you're paving new grounds for Ignition in the 1v1 circuit?
I think so. I think I'm actually the first player that's decided to play in ones for Ignition. And it already has led to 2 recruits come into Ignition for ones. Um, this is the most ones players we've ever had in existence. So you could definitely expect next season that there's probably going to be a lot of ones players, and I hope to see that more. I don't think a lot of orgs utilize that slot, and that's something I've been thinking about for years. And what better way to advertise a team by playing a ones, just being authentic and genuine, not being toxic as ones is. And it's already led to 2 wonderful players that I've really enjoyed getting to know. So I think it's going to really just keep growing. And I can't wait to meet more people and keep bringing the Ignition community some competitive Rocket League that it seems like a lot of people have been enjoying lately.
Well, people have been enjoying it, and again, you come in, you sweep once again. The storyline of Ignition Ziggy only gets thicker with every single sweep you have. So again, congratulations. That's now 12 straight games you've won in the 1v1 circuit. And there might be very many, many more here. By 12 basic games over 4 straight series. It's been insane for you that you've been able to just walk into the circuit completely new to competitive Rocket League in the sense of LOS champs, in the sense of actually playing. You've been on teams before for Ignition, but never actually started. So I'm sure you're going to be,
Yeah.
again, this is a huge new path for you. You've made it happen, and you continue to win. Congratulations on your win. But before you obviously have to go and continue to live your busy life. Is there anything you want to say? Any last messages out there?
Again, every week I say this, a huge shout out to the Ignition community for supporting me with anything that we do. Huge shout out to Glitch. They came by from a series. I think it was last week. Huge shout out to Pablo, a sword dog. I can't express the relationships that have been built the past 5 years. So as I'm getting emotional, um, yeah, I can't. I no none of us would have been able to do this without these families that have accepted us in and all I gotta say is next week I'm gonna have my ignition shoes and I'm gonna be ready to show out next week for sure.
Dude's gonna come on. We're gonna need to have like a Ziggy camp of Ignition Ziggy playing in his 1v1 matches. I don't think I have that set up. I'd have to. We could talk about that later. But again, we might have to get Ziggy Cam for these interviews. I could definitely do it for the interviews, though. But again, congratulations on your win here, Ziggy. Again, it's been an incredible season. It's been incredible to see you. What is it? Have I seen you every single week or all but 1 week? I think I've seen you all but 1 week.
Every week but one, and that wasn't your fault.
Yeah, again, what a.
Unfortunately, game time changes was at our demise, but every week but one.
Too. I think it was during ATS
Yep.
as well. So, but again, congratulations on your win, though, Ziggy. It's been an amazing season to watch so far here for Team Ignition in the 1v1 circuit, as it has been as well in Royalty Series for threes, and what we'll probably be seeing is some Blackline as well. But again, congratulations on your win. I'm not going to hold you for too long. Have an amazing rest of your nights. Hopefully, we'll see you again next week.
Yes, I do hope so. Thank you, Sporty. It's road to a championship on your stream.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to see the time Ignition did win, so maybe this will be a first. But again, congratulations. Take care.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
And that was Ignition Ziggy there coming to that little interview afterwards. We always love to interview Ziggy here after these matchups. But let's get a raid going here. We've had an incredible night of action. Thank you all so much for joining us for that 1v1 matchup. Take care. Have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. The last match for this week, actually. I'm not going to be streaming on the weekend. I'm going to be off in New York City. But for now, take care, everybody. Have a good night.